Do you know who has the highest popularity among the many sex symbols in Hong Kong? Who is the most popular? She is neither Stephen Chow's favorite leading actress, Christy Chung, nor the irresistible charm of Veronica Yip. The first one was once questioned about plastic surgery for being too beautiful. Today, we'll take a look at the top 10 most popular sex symbols in Hong Kong cinema. During this, I will intersperse some of their life experiences to see why they have the figure, why they have the looks, and why they have the acting skills. This is why they ended up on the path of becoming sex symbols. Since the video is quite long, it has been divided into two parts. The fifth is Christy Chung. Born in 1970, Christy Chung is from Canada. She is of mixed Chinese and Vietnamese descent. In an interview, Christy Chung said that she never thought of becoming an actress as a child. Her entry into the film industry was entirely by chance. In 1993, while she was attending university, Christy Chung, while shopping one day, she ran into a good friend of hers. At the time, her friend was organizing a beauty pageant. When her friend saw Christy Chung, she immediately called out to her. Then she said to her, "You're so beautiful. Why don't you join our beauty pageant?" She asked me why I wasn't participating in the pageant. Christy Chung said in an interview. At first, she didn't want to enter the beauty pageant. She said it was because she was more of a tomboy as a child. So she had never even worn high heels at that time. She thought she definitely wouldn't win. Later, after her friend kept urging her, she decided to participate in the pageant. But what she didn't expect was that she achieved a top-ranking position in the competition. Subsequently, she represented Canada and came to Hong Kong to compete in the Miss Chinese International Beauty Pageant. She not only won the championship but also the Best Styling Award in the competition. After the competition ended, Christy Chung went straight back to Canada. A few days later, TVB executives called her, asking if she was interested in filming a music video with Aaron Kwok. Thus, Christy Chung returned to Hong Kong once again. She signed a contract with TVB and officially became an actress. It can be said that Christy Chung started from a high point. After signing with TVB, her first film appearance was in a movie co-starring Andy Lau, Tony Leung, and others, titled The Con Men in Vegas. Her second film featured Bridget Lin and Leslie Chung, and was titled The Wizard of the Silver. Her third film was King of Destruction, directed by Stephen Chow. The fourth film starred Stephen Chow in Justice, My Foot. Later, she co-starred in an action film with Jet Li, Bodyguard of Zhong Nanhai. The explosive success of these films elevated Christy Chung's career to an unprecedented peak, but it also restricted her acting opportunities, because at that time, Christy Chung played most of them were eye candy roles. As Christy Chung got older, she knew that if she continued down this path, she would surely be out of work soon. But there were not many directors seeking her for other types of roles. In search of a breakthrough in her career, she decided to go abroad to shoot erotic films. Christy Chung Abroad. She shot a total of 2 erotic films. After these 2 films were released, they both received good reviews and box office success. Christy Chung also gained significant international recognition for her impressive performances. After her acting skills were recognized, Christy Chung received many film offers for different roles. After that, she no longer took on erotic films. She can kiss anyone, but I just don't want to kiss you. The fourth one is Veronica Yip. Veronica Yip was born in Hong Kong, China in 1967. Veronica Yip said in an interview, when she was a child, she never thought about becoming an actress. She said her biggest hobby as a child was singing. She originally wanted to become a pop star. So how did she become an actress? In 1985, Asia Television held the first Miss Asia pageant. Veronica Yip also signed up for this beauty pageant. Veronica Yip said in an interview, her purpose for entering the competition was quite simple. She just wanted to see how her looks and figure would fare in the competition, what rank she could achieve. But what she didn't expect was, not only did she achieve in this competition, she got an excellent result, coming in 3rd place. She was successfully signed by ATV. After Veronica Yip joined ATV, she mostly played roles of pure and innocent young women. However, the 1980s were filled with huge stars in Hong Kong. To make a name in the Hong Kong film industry, it was quite difficult to carve out her own space. It can be said that it was very challenging. By 1991, Veronica Yip had been at ATV for 6 years, and had never managed to find her own place in the Hong Kong film industry. She had yet to carve out her own niche. Later, with the continuous influx of rising stars, Veronica Yip keenly sensed a crisis. At this moment, she clearly knew that if she didn't have a presentable work soon, she might soon find herself out of work. Then one day, when Veronica Yip went to buy magazines, she suddenly saw that Amy Yip had shot an explicit photo book. At the time, Veronica Yip disdainfully remarked, "How could any actress do such explicit photo shoots?" What she didn't expect was that Amy Yip's photo book not only sold well, but also made Amy Yip an overnight sensation, and turned her into one of the hottest actresses in Hong Kong at that time. Veronica Yip saw that after Amy Yip became famous overnight with her photo book, she also had the idea of shooting an explicit photo book. Coincidentally, at that moment, an advertising company called to ask her if she was willing to shoot an explicit photo book. Without hesitation, Veronica Yip agreed. Veronica Yip said in an interview that during the shooting of this photo book, she actively requested to show more skin. She said she felt that since she had to reveal, she might as well do it thoroughly. She didn't want to be like Amy Yip, who still covered up. She believed that whether you reveal once or 10 times makes no difference. But since she was going to do it, she should do it thoroughly. Once Veronica Yip's photo book was released, it instantly created a sensation throughout Hong Kong. Soon after, various contracts started coming her way. However, the directors seeking collaboration were mostly those who made erotic films. They were basically all involved in softcore porn. Veronica Yip said in an interview, at first, she didn't want to act in erotic films, because she felt that she had already revealed herself in the photo album. It wouldn't make sense to do it again. She said she had asked these directors if they could let her act in serious dramas. She also said that if she were cast in serious dramas, she would forego her salary. But the response from these directors was always, "If we shoot serious dramas, we won't be looking for you. We have plenty of actresses available. If I'm not going to strip, I can shoot for you without charging as well." The directors replied that wasn't necessary, as they wouldn't be using her. Later, Veronica Yip thought about it. After all, she had already taken explicit photos. If she didn't agree to act in erotic films for these directors, wouldn't that mean her previous work was in vain? So she agreed to the invitations from these directors. However, after Veronica Yip filmed 3 erotic films, she found that the erotic films these directors made were not what she had in mind. What she originally wanted to film was an erotic film that was more like an art film. The explicit scenes in the film were meant to serve the story. But later she realized that the directors who approached her were making purely erotic films. Many of the explicit scenes in the films were just for the sake of nudity. Veronica Yip felt that filming such movies was meaningless. Additionally, at that time she had gained some fame from these 3 erotic films, which brought her a certain level of popularity. At this point, more directors were seeking her for serious dramas. So later she stopped accepting offers for erotic films. The psychologist said, "I am a very possessive person." The third one is Yvonne Young. Yvonne Young was born in Hong Kong in 1968. Yvonne Young's childhood dream was to become a dancer. She started learning to dance at a very young age. Later, she injured her waist due to excessive practice. She sustained some injuries to her waist. After the injury, Yvonne Young knew that she would definitely not have much development in dance. So she began to consider changing careers. At first, Yvonne Young wanted to participate in the Miss Hong Kong beauty pageant, because at that time, most of the top female stars in Hong Kong had emerged from the Miss Hong Kong beauty pageant. Standout/emerge, and actresses who became famous through the Miss Asia pageant are few and far between. But Yvonne Young's mother felt that the competition for Miss Hong Kong was too intense, and there were many scandals. At that time, Asia Television had just changed leadership, and Asia Television also increased investment in the Miss Asia beauty pageant. Yvonne Young's mother believed that Miss Asia had a brighter future, so she suggested her daughter to participate in the Miss Asia beauty pageant. Yvonne Young accepted her mother's suggestion. She signed up directly to participate in the Miss Asia beauty pageant, and even won the championship in the competition. After the competition ended, Yvonne Young, like other Miss Asia contestants, signed a contract with Asia Television, becoming one of their artists. Yvonne Young said in an interview, after she joined ATN, although she received strong support from ATN, the audience did not like her. She said that after filming 15 TV dramas at ATN, the audience still criticized her for lacking acting skills, saying she couldn't act. Yvonne Young said she had studied acting while in college. Plus, she had acted in so many TV dramas. Her acting skills were actually very good at that time. But the audience just didn't like watching the TV dramas she starred in. Even after filming, no one saw them. And they kept criticizing, asking if you had ever acted. Can you act? But I have already acted in 15 films. I never knew how to act. I was slowly starting to learn how to act. Just when Yvonne Young didn't know her acting journey, when she pondered how to move forward, Ringo Lam's brother, Nam Een, found her. He invited her to star in the erotic film he directed, Irresistible Charm. Yvonne Young said in an interview, when she first received the film offer, at first, she didn't want to film this type of movie. Because her parents were educated intellectuals. Her upbringing didn't allow her to appear in such films. But just when she was hesitating, she went to see an erotic film called Instinct. Although this film is an erotic one, it feels more like an art film. Many of the explicit scenes in the film are meant to advance the plot. After Yvonne Young watched this film, she suddenly felt that erotic films might not be what she had imagined. So, she asked the director for the script. After she finished reading the script, she found that the film Nam In was about to make was also a similar art-style erotic film. So, she directly agreed to star in it with Nam In. Unfortunately, although the movie received good reviews upon release, its box office performance was mediocre. Yvonne Young did not become famous overnight because of this film. However, the determined Yvonne Young did not give up. So, she starred in 2 more erotic films produced by Nam In. Although these 2 films still did not make Yvonne Young a star. However, her brilliant performance in the film caught the attention of the renowned director Wong Jing. In 1994, while Wong Jing was preparing to film the erotic movie The Top 10 Tortures of the Qing Dynasty, he invited Yvonne Young to play the role of the female lead, Xiao Zicai. In this film, Yvonne Young's scenes of passion are actually quite few, but her acting skills were perfectly showcased. She portrayed the characters' pain, fear, and despair beautifully. After this film was released, Yvonne Young's acting was finally recognized by the audience. With her acting acknowledged, Yvonne Young began to attempt a transition to serious dramas. You said you loved me and would bring me happiness. Your absence has disappointed me greatly. Second is Irene Wan. Born in 1966, Irene Wan hails from Hong Kong. In an interview, Irene Wan said that when she was a child, she never thought about pursuing a career in acting, because her family was very poor when she was a child. So poor that her mother almost sold her. Time Taxi. In 1981, when 15-year-old Irene Wan was shopping on the street, she was spotted by the renowned director David Lai and screenwriter Manfred Wong. At that time, they were preparing to shoot the film Pretty Girl. They felt that Irene Wan's image was very suitable for the role of the second female lead, Erin. So they invited Irene Wan to come to the set the next day for an audition. As a result, the next day when Irene Wan arrived at the set, she went straight into the audition. After the film was released, Irene Wan, with her brilliant performance in the film, won the Best Newcomer award at the second Hong Kong Film Awards. After that, Irene Wan had numerous film offers. It can be said that Irene Wan's rise to stardom was much smoother compared to other sex symbols. Was much smoother. Since her debut, Irene Wan has continuously received film offers. Moreover, the projects she participated in have mostly received good box office results and reviews. So why did she later choose to act in erotic films? In an interview, Irene Wan stated that when she first received the script for Shockwave, she did not see it as an erotic film. She felt it was an ordinary thriller, and the scenes of passion in the film were completely necessary for the plot. At that time, my thinking was about sacrificing for art, because I believe that film is an art form. Irene Wan also mentioned that the reason she had this perspective was that she was exposed to Western culture from a young age, and she also really enjoyed watching foreign films. Viewers who like foreign films know that in foreign art films, in order to express love, there will be some scenes of desire, more or less. Irene Wan said that while watching these films, she felt that only such scenes, only then can love be truly expressed. So when she saw the shocking script, she thought those sensual scenes were completely normal. Thus, she directly agreed to the director to star in the film. However, people in the country are not as open-minded as foreigners. Therefore, after this film was released, it was still classified as an erotic film, and Irene Wan truly became an erotic star. This film had a significant impact on Irene Wan's career. After this film was released, many serious drama directors no longer dared to let her star in their films, because they feared their films would be classified as erotic films. Irene Wan said in an interview, it was precisely because everyone could not accept her making such films. So later when she took on film roles, she would always ask the directors to shoot such bold scenes more conservatively. Age is not an issue. I believe I have seen scenes that are definitely no less than yours. The first is Qing Miyao. Qing Miyao was born in Hong Kong, China in 1968. Qing Miyao was very beautiful as a child. Her parents believed that when she grew up, she would definitely become a big star. So, when she was very young, they started to let her learn singing and dancing. Qing Miyao did not disappoint her parents' hopes. When she was 14 years old, she began to take on some print advertisements. In that era, ordinary people wanting to become big stars, the fastest way was to participate in the Miss Hong Kong beauty pageant. So in 1987, 19-year-old Qing Miyao participated in the Miss Hong Kong beauty pageant. Originally, Qingmi Yao could rely on her charming looks and perfect figure to achieve a good result in the beauty pageant. But she was backstabbed by one of her good friends. So, what exactly happened? The reason is that, at the time when Qingmi Yao signed up for the competition, she invited a good friend to join her in the competition. But later, after both of them entered the top 12, her friend probably thought Qingmi Yao's beauty would become her biggest obstacle to winning. So, she began to spread rumors that Qingmi Yao had once had her chin done. Although Qingmi Yao later vehemently explained that she had not undergone any surgery, but because she was too beautiful, many people believed she must have had work done. Ultimately, in the face of immense public pressure, she chose to withdraw from the competition. Although Qingmi Yao lost the competition, she caught the attention of the famous director Wang Jing. Wang Jing said in an interview, when she was watching the competition, she thought Qingmi Yao had great potential to become a star. So, she decided at that time to wait until after Qingmi Yao finished the competition. I definitely invited her to star in the movie I directed. I discovered her for the first time. This girl is really cute. So in 1988, Wang Jing was preparing to shoot The Ghost's Doctor. He immediately invited Qingmi Yao to play the female lead second role in the film. It was from this movie that Qingmi Yao became Wang Jing's favorite leading actress. With Wang Jing's strong support, Qingmi Yao starred in multiple classic films. After these films were released, Qingmi Yao gained some fame. Wang Jing said in an interview that although at that time, Qingmi Yao had his strong support, he wanted to compete with Brigitte Lin and the beautiful stars like Joey Wong and Rosamund Kwan for roles was still very difficult. He also said that at that time Qingmi Yao wanted to compete for roles with them. Unless he could make a significant breakthrough in her acting path, it meant that I couldn't help her that much. Unless she had a major breakthrough in her acting career. In order to help Qingmi Yao advance her acting career, he then asked Qingmi Yao if she dared to shoot some daring films. Because at that time, Veronica Yip and Loletta Lee, among others, had become popular by participating in erotic films, and became the hottest female stars in Hong Kong. Wang Jing also mentioned in an interview, at first, Qingmi Yao didn't want to participate in this type of film, but later he assured Qingmi Yao that she would only have to undress but not expose herself. That's when Qingmi Yao agreed to act in erotic films. The first erotic film starring Qingmi Yao was called Naked Lamb. Wang Jing said in an interview, since this film was released, any film starring Qingmi Yao began to become box office successes. So from that film onwards, Qingmi Yao also became bolder. Later, she starred consecutively in several erotic films. After these films were released, Qingmi Yao became a hot star in Hong Kong thanks to her brilliant performances in the films. She became one of the most sought-after leading actresses in Hong Kong at the time. Until 1997, after Qingmi Yao completely ended her collaboration with Wang Jing, she no longer took on any erotic films. I swear, if you can't get the girl, I won't let you pursue. I've never been able to attract men in my life. End of this episode. If you like it, please give a follow. You can go watch the previous episode. The last episode was even more exciting.